Hi, let's talk about controlled opposition. Anyone who is not telling you to remove every Democrat, Republican, and lawyer from our government is controlled opposition. These liars want you to believe that you can play games with our government, that you can protest, send petitions, vote for Democrats or Republicans, or learn the intricacies of the legal system and fight them on their battlefield, and that you might be able to beat them. You can't. The game is all rigged against you, and that's why the government has sent thousands of agents to lead the opposition against themselves. They always lead you to lose. Any problem in this country, it seems to always be led by enemies of the people. I can't think of one group in this country who is telling their people that we have to remove every Democrat, Republican, and lawyer from our government, which is the only way to beat our corrupt government. Can you? Can anyone out there name any group who is calling for the removal of every Democrat, Republican, and lawyer? I don't think so. Let's look at some of these groups that try to tell you that you can fight our government by learning the specifics of our legal system and beating them at law. It's not possible because every judge in the country is corrupt, an enemy of the people, and no matter what you do, they can always rule against you. And there is no honest legislature in the country that will do anything to stop the judge. They all have the power to throw the judges off the bench, but none of them will do it. So you know that the legislatures, the judges, the governors, Congress, the President, the Supreme Court are 100% corrupt. Yet you persist in sending polite letters to them and protesting to them, which puts yourself in a subservient position to them. Writing thousands of petitions, going on the White House and filling out petitions where Obama tells you, well, if you get 100,000 signatures, I'll look at it, and maybe I'll give you an answer. Do you actually believe that that's useful? Come on, no matter what you try to do, you put yourself in a subservient position to your servant Obama, and he can always say no. You can't give Obama or Congress or the Supreme Court or any other elected idiot that option. The people are the authorities in this country, not the politicians. The politicians work for us. The judges work for us. The attorney generals, who all hold their offices in violation of the Constitution, all work for us. We're the ones in charge. What we say goes. The people do not ask the government for anything. The people have to reclaim their position as the authorities in this country and start giving orders to the government. We can't achieve anything by asking the government for anything at all. We have to give them direct orders. You don't have any leadership in the entire country that's telling anyone that. Every time I try to present that position, I get thrown out of groups, or I get completely ignored. I get thrown off of Facebook for writing things like this. Facebook bans me for 30 days at a time routinely. I'm on there for 2 or 3 months and they throw me off. They used to ban me for life, and they stopped doing that after a while, and they only ban me for 6 months, 3 months, or 30 days, or maybe 24 hours. But it's nonstop. You can't express yourself on Facebook and be allowed for your opinion to stand. To begin with, you might have 1,000 friends. They only let 5 of them see what you have to say. So I've come to YouTube. I'm going to try to avoid using Facebook anymore. We have to unite people across this country. And people have to understand that the government are just a bunch of corrupt pigs who have conned us over years and years and years of brainwashing us to make us believe that they are in charge of us. When the reverse is true, we are in charge of the government. And if you don't accept that attitude, you're never going to change anything in this country. Forget the petitions, forget the protests, forget the end the Fed chants. We have to seize the Fed. We have to fire everyone in Congress who allows it to exist. We do have that power. When we embrace that attitude, we give ourselves that power. I embraced it. I don't see hardly anyone else embracing that attitude, that the people are the owners and the authorities in this country. That's where it starts. When a few of us embrace that attitude, it will spread. Instead of sending petitions to the corrupt scumbags in Congress and our legislatures, we have to send them direct orders. And we have to publicize those orders that we send to them by putting them on their Facebook page or taking out an ad in a newspaper and phrase it like an order from the owners to the servants. You know, hey, elected scumbag congressman, we found a problem here and we found a solution and we're telling you what to do. If you don't have it done by such and such a date, say 3 days from now, we're going to remove you from office. Or we're going to put you in jail for violating the Constitution. We could put you in jail for allowing corrupt judges to stay on the bench and keeping your mouth shut about them. Or for allowing the Federal Reserve to exist. We could put everybody in Congress in jail for treason right now. If we unite amongst ourselves and give that order to the police and the military for millions of people. Say, hey, General Dunford and every cop of the country, Congress is committing treason, and we order you to arrest them. All of them, right now. Go do it. It depends how many people will unite to do something like that for it to work. But that's the only way it's going to work. Petitions will never work. Polite letters will never work. Protests will never work. You know, going on and on about what's legal and what's not legal will never work because the entire legal system that we operate under now is fraud. We have British Admiralty flags in our government offices and in all of our courts, which tell you when you walk into the place that the Constitution is not in effect. That's what the British Admiralty flag with the yellow fringe around it means. It's not an American flag, and these things are everywhere in our government. So when you see that flag, you know you're going to be lied to. You know you have no rights. You know that someone besides the people is running the country. And we can't allow that to stand. It doesn't do you any good to yell and scream. You have to embrace the attitude. It's my country, and I'm not going to allow these goddamn politicians to keep destroying it. Attitude, people. Embrace it. You're the owners. Thank you.